Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you the most delicious, comforting breakfast casserole you ever had. It is perfect for when you have company, when you're going to a brunch. It is just so delicious and super easy to make. Let me show you how I make it. This is one of those things you just throw together and you leave it overnight and then you cook it the next day for breakfast. I'm going to make the egg part. This is actually a whole dozen eggs. Doesn't look like much, right? Wouldn't you think a dozen eggs would look like more? And I have this to mix it up with. I'm gonna try to mix it actually in this little quart container. So I'm gonna dump that in here. It calls for a cup. I'm using just like a little bit more than a cup because there was only a tiny bit left and I just decided to finish it off. Also, my bread is, some of it is pretty dry, so to have like just a little extra milk doesn't hurt. We're gonna add the salt and pepper here. And it also calls for dry mustard, which was in the original recipe that I got this from. So I add it because I have it. Don't notice the taste, so it's kind of optional. Half a teaspoon of that, about a half a teaspoon of ground pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then that's it. We're gonna mix it up again with this. Ooh. I'll link this on Amazon. It's pretty nice, works pretty good. We make mayonnaise with this all the time. It's very powerful. Now let's layer everything else in this pan. There is 4 cups of cubed up bread in here. Any leftover bread you have. I have like a hot dog bun in here. I have a roll and like a couple slices of regular toast. Then just spread out the sausage. About 2 cups or about a pound, either way, something around there. Anything you have, like whatever you like and whatever you have on hand. I have done it with ham, I've done it with bacon. I mean, get creative, whatever you like. You could make like a cheesesteak version and do like cheesesteak meat and provolone or something. I mean, that would be delicious. And then you're gonna add cheese on top of that. It is about 2 to 3 cups of shredded cheese. You know, for some people, the more the better. It's just personal preference. I just like a nice thick layer. I think I'm just gonna use this whole bag. This bag was already used for something, so it was probably 2.5 cups that was in there. That feels right. Then you just pour the egg on top. You could throw in veggies if you like veggies with your eggs. I'm gonna refrigerate it for about 4 hours, but overnight is great. The bread will soak up all that like egg mixture. All right, so here is the topping. It may sound weird to you to put cornflakes on top of this, but trust me, this is like the best part. You do not want to skip the cornflakes. That is what makes this so special. The top is buttery and crispy. Everyone in my family loves it. If I ever skip the cornflakes, which I have done if I haven't had them, it has been made known that they don't want it without the cornflakes. It's good, but like the cornflakes, you take it to a whole nother level. You have to try it, trust me. What we need is about 1.5 cups of crushed cornflakes. So I measure them kind of like a little bit before they're crushed, but I go higher because when you crush them, it goes lower. So it's not 2 cups of cornflakes crushed, it's 1.5 cups of crushed cornflakes. You know what I mean? Well, I put them in a Ziploc bag and I'm just gonna take the edge of the back of this and crush it, okay? I got them crushed. They're not a fine crumb. It still has some texture here. Let's see how much we have here. That's 1 cup, so that like took it in half. So maybe if you measure the cornflakes, like completely double and then just do it, that'll be close enough. Okay, I'm putting some of those back just because they looked like bigger than I wanted them to be. Best thing to use is a rolling pin, but I totally forgot to bring one over here. Yeah, that should be good enough. Let's see where we're at. That's basically perfect. And then we have a 1/4 cup of butter here, and we're just gonna mix it together in this. You could like sprinkle the butter on, what's it called? Drizzle the butter on top. But I like to like really evenly kind of distribute it a little bit better, and I think it's easier if you mix it ahead of time. That's just me being like a little bit like of a control freak to make sure it gets even. Now we have the breakfast casserole that has been refrigerating. Is that a word? I don't know. It's been in the fridge for about 4 hours. And you can see like the bread really soaked up most of that egg mixture. That's what you want it to look like. And then we're just gonna put this on top. Just kind of spread it as evenly as possible. Growing up, this is like the breakfast we ate at our church camp, and this is my version of the recipe. It's just like a little bit adapted from their version, and I think, I think it's better. Sometimes it could be a little dry, sometimes it could be a little bland, so this has plenty of eggs and meat and extra cornflakes on top to make it even better. I'm gonna go bake it, and then I'll show you when it's done and we'll taste it. So excited. This is like one of my favorite things ever. I'm gonna bake at 325 for about an hour. All right, the casserole is done. Let me just show you this. The cornflakes are all golden brown on top, and it's just like nice and soft in the inside, not too dry and bready. And I'm gonna take a bite. It looks so good. You hear the crunch from the cornflakes? Oh, so good. This casserole is so delicious. You guys have to try to make it. I hope you do, and if you do, make sure you come back to let me know how it turned out for you. And if you liked watching this video, make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, testing out recipes, tasting new foods, or learning tried and true recipes from me. Hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. See you in the next video. Cornflakes. Now, this is like maybe weird or like controversial. Is it controversial? No, nobody talks about this at all. Why am I explaining this? Like the most nostalgic, delicious, comforting breakfast casserole you ever had. Well, I guess it's not nostalgic if you never had it before, huh? Let me rephrase this.